Hi, it's Stephen Phillips here at Jinfo.com. I'm introducing a series of clips here from a recent conversation I had with David Seuss, who's CEO of Northern Light. During these clips, he's introducing their SinglePoint product and explaining a little bit about the technologies, particularly generative AI technologies they're using to drive and improve outcomes for their clients. I would encourage you to stay to the end of the clip because he's got some really interesting thoughts around, just what a difference this technology is making to search. And if you'd like to see the full interview and conversation, then you can go to jinfo.com where you'll find the complete footage. In the meantime, I'd encourage you to click like, or alternatively, better still, please click subscribe if you enjoyed this footage. And with that, I'm going to hand you over to David.
I was interested in your note on generative AI potential with control content sets.
Yes.
And that struck a very responsive chord with us, as you'll see why in just a second. Here we go. Can you see the screen? You should see a demo portal. This is a typical Northern Light SinglePoint portal, which would have dashboards. This particular one happens to have a little bit of a pharmaceutical orientation.
Okay.
We have a whole bunch of content sets in it, including our news feed, which I'll start on with the demo, but also some other content, journal databases, conference abstracts, conference presentations, industry analysis from thought leaders like Bain and BCG and McKinsey and Accenture.
Yep.
And then our corporate financial reports collection, which includes not only the SEC documents, but the quarterly investor reports, the ESG presentations, the investor conference presentations, those things. So the solution works across all of these content sets. We set the temperature to 0, if you know that term.
I don't. Can you explain that just a little bit for me?
The temperature setting in the OpenAI API is how verbose the answer will be. And the way it becomes verbose is it becomes creative.
Right.
And that's one of the sources of hallucination, is its attempt to be creative and to give you more than you're asking for. And just, so we set the temperature to 0. We want it to not be creative. We don't want it to be more verbose than it needs to be.
Yeah.
We want it to restrict itself, in this case, to the answers that we sent it, and in the first case, to the document text. So there's this natural language processing system that really makes this more effective. Now we can take a look at the executive summary and see what we think. Several key elements. They're committed to blah blah blah. They have here we go. Hard fact. They have a portfolio of 24 approved innovative cancer medicines and biosimilars for over 30 indications, and it goes through a list here of their indications. They're working on rare diseases in 4 therapeutic areas. They formed a strategic collaboration with Tempus, a leader in AI and precision medicine, and they're going to do all these great things. They are making acquisitions. They have announced plans to acquire Seagen, a global biotech company. Let's see, they're collaborating with a venture capital firm called Flagship Pioneering to identify and develop new drug candidates. So, this is a pretty good, quick, and what did it take? 5 seconds to do, 10 seconds maybe to do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have a good summary of Pfizer's strategy in oncology. We're on our 3rd generation of prompts right now, and testing prompts is really difficult because it's whack-a-mole. We have a control set that we're now using for testing prompts, a control set of content and output, and sort of an ideal response. But you change the position in the prompt of a sentence, and it changes your results. You put it in all caps, it changes the results. You have a new problem you haven't seen before, and you write a new line of prompt code to deal with it, and problems you had previously solved come back. The prompt, the models, we're using 3.5 Turbo, by the way, from OpenAI.
I saw that in the brief that David sent. Yeah.
Which is the one that powers ChatGPT. But it doesn't follow the prompts as computer people, we expect the same input to give us the same output. And it doesn't.
Right.
If I refresh this page, it won't be exactly the same.
Yeah.
And so testing prompts is just a very difficult proposition. This is the beginning of the research process. It is not the end. It is a fabulous beginning. It's a fabulous first step. We've never had a first step this good before
No.
in search. But it's not the last step.